chandeliers glow. We'll sip our worries away, nice and slow. Your laughter ripples like sweet warm wine. In this jazzy sultry space you're mine. The saxophone croons a velvet tune, while melodies dance beneath the moon. We'll toast to moments both grand and small, in this hazy, lazy, jazz-touched hall. Let's sit together in the mellow night. We'll drink to love till the morning light. Every glass we raise a promise true. Here's to the magic in a drink with you. Your eyes, they sparkle with every click. Sweet rendezvous over a simple drink. We'll share our secrets in whispers low, just you and me where the jazz flows slow. The world outside fades into the mist, but here it's our own dreamy tryst. With each sip our worries drift away. Let's stay together till the break of day. So let's sit together in the mellow night. We'll drink to love till the morning light. Every glass we raise a promise true. Here's to the magic in a drink with you.
The following live stream has been approved for appropriate audiences. It may contain occasional strong language and may not be suitable for younger or more sensitive viewers. Viewer inebriation is advised, though not mandatory.
Good evening, happy Friday, and welcome to Last Call, where tonight we are pondering the mysteries in the sky. They say the truth is out there, but I can't help but think that the truth is just out of reach. But who knows? Let's talk about some of those mysterious sightings. And, drink. Who knows? That alone could cause me to see some things. Let's roll this Canarble Wagon right now.
Last Call is streamed before a live audience.
Well, Troy and Last Call viewers, I thought I would contribute to tonight's The Truth Is Out There episode with a little story of my own. Now, let's get something straight. I'm not saying what I saw was extraterrestrial or extra-dimensional. All I know, it was a UFO, an unidentified flying object, because I have no idea what the hell this was. Let me set the scene for you. It was August 12, 1997, around 9:40 p.m. I was living on Benning Road in Washington, D.C., coming home from work. My apartment complex wasn't one big building. It was spread out over several, so I had to walk uphill around a corner to get to mine. And that's when I saw it. It wasn't made of metal or anything I could recognize. It was just a disc of pure white light hovering silently over the community tennis court. I just stared, transfixed. The strangest thing was the silence. Not a sound, no cars, no dogs barking, not even the chirping of crickets or the hum of the city. It was as if the world had been muted. It just hung there for maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and I wasn't the only one who saw it. I looked down the hill and saw a woman and her small child standing there staring too. Someone in the apartment building right behind the courts was watching, and 2 more guys across the street were also looking up. So it wasn't my imagination. Then, without a single sound, it shot straight up into the air. One moment it was right above the tennis court, and the next it was just a dot of light in the sky. As soon as that dot disappeared, the world's volume suddenly returned. Every car alarm on the street went off, up the street, down the street, everywhere. It wasn't mass hysteria or a figment of my imagination. It had a physical effect that set off all those alarms and seemingly muted the world around it. I'm not saying it was aliens. I have no idea what it was, but it was a UFO, an unidentified flying object, because I will never know what the hell that thing was.
Vasalut! I thought that was a wonderful way to start out. Thank you so much, Nate, for sharing your personal story with us. I thought that was the best way to get us going. The next best way to get us going is a shot of Jägermeister. Netter, you want to join me in this? Or are you ready? I didn't want to rush you. I know you were having something.
I was drinking Jaeger long before you ever were.
That's right. You introduced me to this stuff.
Yep.
Salud.
Salud.
So I don't have to tell you what Netter's drinking. You know.
Yum.
She just had the same as me. Oh, it burns. It burns.
Well,
If you caught my liquid lunch today, you knew in advance I was going to be taking Jaeger shots tonight. Don't know how many I'll be taking, but I'm going to be taking a few. God, that really we've had that Jaeger for a while, so those floral flavors just burst out.
so you're tasting floral. I'm tasting more anise.
Well, anise is, let's be honest with you, a botanical, very floral. That in and of itself, it just kind of fills your head. It's absolutely amazing. So you know what Netter and I are drinking tonight. Let's find out what Zimu is drinking tonight. How you doing, Boomer? And what you sipping
I'm doing
on?
well. I'm having an unsweet iced tea.
There you go, because you're the designated driver in case you have to.
And
We're both over here drinking tonight, so you may have to shut the stream down.
plus a couple stories hail from Great Britain, so throw some tea.
It's that red button up there at the top if you need to end the stream. Just remember.
In case you start hurling all over the place or something like that.
I will probably leave the studio before that happens, but that means you need
Big
to.
T, I can also end the stream if needed.
But we're both doing the shots tonight.
I love that story, by the way.
Wasn't it good? I mean, I think a lot of people have stories like that. By the way,
my dad had some stories.
Not a sponsored stream, but Jägermeister, one of the first shots I ever had. Like Netter said, when we were dating, she introduced me to Jägermeister, among other things.
Yeah.
And she introduced me to a lot of firsts. Let's put it that way. So there you go. That is the way to start a night. You know another great way to start the night? Let's say hi to everybody in the chat. Starting with Jason Fox from 540 Studios. I'm going to be hanging out with him next Thursday or Friday. I shared out the stream already, so you guys can find that out on the X. But I will remind you guys as the day draws closer. Big Al says, have a great stream tonight, my friends. Watch out for the men in black. They won't let you remember, from what I understand. Which is also true of, the black liquor, too. So just saying. Well, yes, that's my goal, right? To drink so much that if I can't remember anything, I will just assume I was abducted by aliens. Ha-pla! Here I are. You meant things like this decloaking? He's joking because I forgot to actually connect my camera for this afternoon's stream, and so all the cloaked ship and decloaking jokes came out. So he shared the clip of the bird of prey decloaking in Star Trek 3. And then of course Connie Cleary is saying hail. Welcome. See, Lynn too. Lynn says it too. I wonder if Zorbu will visit this chat. Well, there you go. He's right here. He's my co-host tonight.
Oh, please.
Or is he out probing tonight? You going to be doing any probing tonight?
I hope not.
Careful how you answer that.
Look, man, I don't know, man. There's some weird stuff that's been seen all around the world. We're gonna run the gamut here. We got stories from all the
and
world
most
tonight.
of the weird things seen are right here at Last
In the United
Call.
States, but yeah, there's stuff in other parts of the world too. Like, this is not isolated just to us. It's we're gonna get to
you're
that.
absolutely right. You are laser focused on the topic, aren't you? Let me get to RubyHoove. You are so generous and such a good friend of the channel and all of the channels that you touch. You are, I don't know you real well personally, but you are a very kind and generous person. And that in and of itself tells me everything I need to know about you. Thank you so much, RubyHoove. She gifted a membership to another really wonderful person from the other side of the pond, that 70s rock fan, Brian. Brian, so glad to have you for at least a month of membership here on the channel. Got to get you back on the channel. Would love to have a drink with you again. Haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, I that would be wonderful. But well, thank you for being here and welcome to the membership. And of course, Sir Torin Clegane says, "Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I just got the complete Drew Carey series, and I'm going to see Hamilton tomorrow." Well, at least half of that sounds good to me. Yeah, I loved the Drew Carey show. That was one of those shows. I think it was the last sitcom that really made me laugh out loud, for real. You know, I don't think there's anything since then that's
That has that power.
And I can't remember the name of the girl that he was. There was an episode where he was dating a girl who was a real screw up. She was kind of a con artist and was ripping him off. She'd written him a bad check, and that's what kind of led to him continuing to interact with her and stuff. And I can't remember what her name was. Like, oh, Susan. And he's so smitten with her. He's getting ready for work, and he's getting ready to go out to his car, and he goes, "Oh, Susan, you came and you wrote me a bad check. But everything's all right. Oh, Susan, you came into my life, and now where is my car?" His car got repossessed because she's... Anyway, I love that show. Not to mention that that show directly leads to Drew Carey and two of the at least one, maybe it was two of the co-stars on the show doing the American version of Whose Line Is It Anyway? Hysterical stuff. Brilliant. ussarn, hello to you, my friend. Ruby, you are wonderful. You really, really are. Let's see. There he is. Deleted scenes. Salute, my friend. I have got to say one thing about, co-hosting with Deleted Scenes. We do this, what's it called? Live from Sparkwood 21 on Tuesdays, the Twin Peaks thing. Mm-hmm. And I have really come to enjoy doing the weekly promos that we do, which of course you will see.
Yes.
In the show. I just, they're a lot of fun to me. I like writing them. It's kind of teaching me a new skill, and that's really fun. And if you have any possible interest in Twin Peaks, you should join us every Tuesday. Let's see. I believe in aliens. I also believe in the ones from space too. ussarn celebrates 3 months of membership. Thank you so much, ussarn. You know what? I just love having you around, but man, your membership is so appreciated.
I'm skipping ahead.
Uh-huh.
Big Al said Drew's girlfriend's name was Kara, And she was
Oh,
his junior high
Kira,
school
you came and you wrote me a bad
girlfriend.
check. Now where the hell is my card?
Girlfriend.
Now where the hell is my card?
Like Kira Nerys.
Oh yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Or Kira, the Olivia Newton-John's character from oh, didn't she go by Kira? Her real name was Turk Siperi, but she went by Kira, I believe.
Xanadu?
Xanadu, yes. I was just watching videos from Xanadu and commentaries. I those that might be newer to the channel might not realize I had a huge crush on Olivia Newton-John, and I'm a super fan of Xanadu. I'm pretty sure I heard a ghost once, a ghost with who smoked way too much. Yeah, well, that's probably how he died, right? Let's see here. Troy, I think you did an excellent job of putting that together. Fair enough. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, I'm getting better and better with those and the editing. That was another thing I had a lot of fun with. Thank you so much, Nate, because the sound effects was layered car alarms, but I also had like ambient street noises. And although you probably couldn't hear it, you couldn't pick it out from the rest of it, I had chirping, what do you call it, crickets as well. Yeah, I enjoy doing that stuff. I enjoy doing that stuff for you guys. In the 90s, I was drinking Jaeger double from the freezer and sipped on it during a set. Then I played out 3 sets and 3 doubles. There you go. There you go. Now here we go. Booger. Welcome, welcome. Good evening, watching from work, but will go offline when I head home. That's understandable. You can always catch the replay. There's no reason you couldn't. Zorbu the Greek. Wait, Anthony Quinn was an alien? I like that. I kind of thought that too, but I didn't quite fully. Wait, you know what? It's time for another shot.
Salute.
Salute. Or, well, I guess if we're on, what is it? Zorbu the Greek, it should be, Opa, right? I remember, see, this is some strong liquor, so you got to expect me to kind of wander all over the place, guys. Back when I was a kid, I want to say it was, I don't think it was Sesame Street. I think it was the Electric Company. They did a parody of the Fiddler on the Roof. And the song was, and I don't remember all the words. I could sing, the tune from Fiddler on the Roof, no problem. But the parody song they did, high on rooftops, never would I dare, just call me Fiddler on the Chair. And he literally would stand up on the chair. It was so funny. If you knew if you'd seen the Fiddler on the Roof, if you knew
I've seen it,
plays,
the movie at least, yeah.
That I got to see if YouTube has that little parody.
I like the segment in the graveyard. That was funny.
Oh, crazy redhead. That's actually cool to hear. Not enough redheads in the world, period. Yes. I'm number 3 getting ready here. Thank you so much, RubyHoove, for being here. You are so wonderful. And now you're a little bit more wonderful now that I know that you're ready. That is awesome. Let's see here. Running gag from Forbidden Frontier. Someone named Zorbu super chats almost every week. He is often blamed when the quarter dark human is absent. There you go. I just watched a video that visited a part of New York City Central Park called Netter's Battery.
Cool.
There are jokes to be made that I will not make after 2 shots of Jägermeister. Just saying.
Notice he's sipping now.
No. The original song was Mandy. It was not. That was not the name of the girl from. Yeah. Have I done that song in karaoke? I'm pretty sure I
don't
did.
know.
Yes, I like Barry Manilow.
It's kind of pretty, and I know all the words.
Kind of pretty, and I know all the words. Yes. Bonus points if you know the reference there.
I do.
Well, of course you did. You said it, girl. Remember the episode where the Rocky Horror fans faced off against Brazil fans? Yes, we were talking about that when Terrence Stamp passed away. Yes. Was that they were doing Time Warp intermixed with Shake Your Groove thing, right? Kind of the way they mixed up the two songs in Xanadu. It all comes back to Xanadu, people. It all comes back to Xanadu. I gotta do a rewatch of Xanadu again. Whenever someone went to write my father-in-law's a check, being Polish, he'd say check, as in Czechoslovakian. No thanks. I don't want any canceled Polacks. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole or even a 10-foot Slav. Yeah, Kira. Exactly. Oh, thank you. Netter had gotten to that already. Yes, that's right.
I got to what?
Jay.
Oh.
Good to see you, Jay. Aldridge. Always good to see you, my friend. Quick hello. Heading for bed. Very tired. Totally understand. You could always catch the rerun. And thanks for being here for Liquid Lunch. Very encouraging to me.
Today's not liquid. I mean, it's not Liquid Lunch. We're last call.
No. But he was here this afternoon for yes. See, I'm not so drunk I don't remember who was here for Liquid Lunch. I have had my share of ghost stories. Only a couple of UFO stories. A couple. Well, that's more than most people have. But I got interviewed by MUFON. And those MUFONs, when they come for you, let me tell you. Just saying.
What?
He got interviewed by the MUFONs. How about Fiddler in the original Klingon? That I would love to see. Yeah, don't even get me started right now. I used to be a huge supporter of the Klingon Christmas Carol. The less said about that, the better.
Topic for another night.
Just saying.
I think you mentioned
the parody on Sesame Street. Thank you very much.
Let's just say that we are very happy to have supporting Klingons in our midst.
Yes, Mark. For a Klingon warrior, he is a good peacemaker. The parody on Sesame Street was an edition with account singing and kept adding Fiddler on the Roof. And it ended with Cookie Monster screaming for them to be quiet and fix his roof. I think that both shows, I'm pretty sure the one I'm thinking of came from Electric Company, but yeah, they probably both did those. Oh, take care. I'm not even sure you're even still here, Ruby, but thank you so much for stopping in. Super, super, super appreciate you. You are just a wonderful lady. You really, really are. I enjoy... See, there's everybody in my chat. I feel like we're kindred souls, but for different reasons. Sir Torin and I share an interest in, well, at least, at one point in my life, I was real into daytime dramas. He's a big fan of daytime dramas. I used to be in musical theater, and so I love Broadway and all that kind of stuff. Know way more about it than any straight guy should. Same with Sir Torin Clegane. So he and I are real simpatico on those things. I also enjoy Barry Manilow, mostly because my mother, grandmother, and great aunts are all fans. I had no idea that people didn't like him until I was in college. Yeah, same kind of thing where growing up in the 70s, didn't realize that... there was this stigma against disco, until I got older, and so of course, dumb kid, I eschewed disco until I said, "Screw all of you! I like what I like, and I don't care what you guys think." And then I started to realize that there are some very bubblegum pop type disco, and then there's just some classic rock type disco, let's face it, there was people dancing at discotheques to Blondie. Just saying. You could, under a certain paradigm, consider Blondie to be disco. And Blondie is friggin' cool. Let's be honest, right? I got to remember, next time we do videos, I'm doing some Blondie. No doubt about it. I'll take that as a compliment. I'm finding I am more an ambassador than I thought, and negotiations is like battle. That is true. That is true. As I remember, the barrister in Star Trek Enterprise said the same thing. That being a lawyer is kind of like being a warrior. I got to see Barry on the Evan Now tour, and 3 more times over the years. See, okay. I am with my people here tonight. Thank you, my friends. Thank you. Training to be a stagehand and a mother who introduced me to opera made me also like musical theater. See, this is what I'm talking about. You guys are my people. This is my tribe, folks. West Side Story. Yes, 7 Brides for 7 Brothers are the only 2 musicals a straight man is allowed to like. No.
What's wrong with Fiddler on the Roof?
Yeah, Fiddler on the Roof.
It's a masculine play. A musical. Okay.
What's Suddenly Seymour? What is that? Little Shop of Horrors. Come on. Phantom of the Opera. Les Miserables. Right? Oh my word. Miss Saigon. Oh, Miss Saigon. Come on. Just saying. Blondie definitely had a few disco songs, but I think of her, them. Yeah, the name of the band was Blondie. Debbie Harry was the front girl, but she was a blonde. So people, kind of like, people look at Pink Floyd and go, hey, which one's Pink? It's the same kind of thing. Yes, it was pop rock. Yes, that's true. I would say it was pop rock that was way ahead of its time because it had elements of punk and rap. We'll get into that another night. Tonight I will be Miss Saigon. Tonight you'll be Miss Jumped Upon. I'll win a GI and be gone. See, I have my bona fides for the musical theater. Enough of that. We're done with that. That is not the topic of the night. Let us finally, after a half hour, let's get to the presentation. Unidentified flinging objects.
Unidentified flying objects, extraterrestrial alien abductions, government cover-ups, etc.
Just because I know someone's going to say it in the chat, let me say it before they do. They are now officially referred to as unidentified aerial phenomenon. UAPs.
I don't care.
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
Go away.
Which, honestly, it means the same thing. I don't understand why they got to change these names.
To pretend they're relevant. That's why they got to change it.
I guess.
We're moving on. Okay. What maybe unidentified aerial phenomena refers to witches on broomsticks too, huh?
Well, I suppose it could. Yeah. Hell, it could apply to drones these days. Look, anything that you don't know what it is, that's flying around in the air, it's technically unidentified until you identify it. Then it's an IFO, identified flying object.
Yes, but I like your initials better.
Flying shit in the sky?
USIS. Unidentified shit in space.
See? Yeah.
That's what I'm calling it.
I couldn't think of UAPs at the time, so. UAPs, political correctness gone mad. Yes, I was actually thinking that too. I'm glad you made that joke.
Look, you like it?
He's from the planet Xenu, right?
I don't know what he's from.
And demonetized and struck for copyright. Yeah.
And some people in will be coming to your door tomorrow trying to have a talk with you. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, but I'm a 2A practitioner and I know my rights and I don't open the door.
What I like about this is it looks like a gray, but he's wearing like a fur-lined leather coat. So
I know, right? I don't know. What is dress apparel for these guys? I mean, I've always seen them walking around naked with like a belt to
It's
carry
what the AI came up
robes
with,
on
huh?
and stuff. Oh, okay, fine.
We don't. For all I know, that's
I'll
being
tell you
controlled
what,
by
the AI
AI.
probably knows these aliens better than we do. So good on them.
All right, but anyway, this is not first story. I just threw it on there as the first thing. I don't know.
Don't you joke. I may need a transplant someday, you bastard.
What do you do with eyes like that, huh? I mean, is there an advantage?
I know that there's a biological, because I know that there's certain animals that have, black eyes like that, and I don't remember if has something to do with low light vision or something. I don't really remember, but yeah, their eyes work different, supposedly.
Yeah. All right, so moving on to, how do you even say this? The Penturk UFO incident from 2016, is that right?
I believe that is correct, yes.
Now, you should try to put the place it happened, but this is Cardiff, so that's in Wales, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here we go.
Place that Doctor Who used to hang out at,
Yeah, so there we go. Like that picture, huh?
I kind of do. That is kind of cool, actually.
All right, so this is from an article I found. Military are hiding the facts about Penturk UFO sighting, says author. MOD accused of cover-up about alien incident over Cardiff in 2016. Acclaimed Cardiff UFO sighting, an alleged military cover-up, is the subject of a book by a woman who says she witnessed the events. On Friday, the 26th of February 2016, Kaz Clark, 57, of Penturk, claimed she saw something quite literally out of this world. It was enormous, majestic, no way you could be mistaken, said Mrs. Clark, who works in security. In the early hours, she was drawn to fields behind her house because of a huge pyramid of light taking up the night sky. Let's see. The first red light was high above the trees, thousands of feet up, explained Mrs. Clark. As it neared the ground, it ejected a band of lightning, not thin lightning, but thick like fingers. Fire-colored fingers. I wish I had pictures and videos, but phones did not work, so she probably tried taking a picture, but they weren't working. According to Mrs. Clark, she was scanned by the UFO in the sky before a red object went in one direction and a green object went in the other. At that point, a fleet of RAF helicopters arrived. Mrs. Clark said, "We believe the military aircraft shot them down. The next morning, I saw a Wales Online article saying this was part of a military drill. This was no drill. That was the exercise the week before." This is in reference to Exercise Chameleon, which took place in the area around the time of Mrs. Clark's alleged sighting. Soon after the events took place, Mrs. Clark contacted the Ministry of Defense. When I contacted the MOD, they just told me that this was under Section 26, not in public interest, she said. Following the incident, Mrs. Clark has spent the last 5 years searching for answers. She says other witnesses have also come forward from Betwys and Port Talbot, who reported seeing barrel shapes in the sky that night. If we are facing a threat, we should know about it, said Mrs. Clark. Why did they lie? They did not say, they did not lie about what the military was doing that night. I'm not sure if I understand that sentence. Okay. Freedom of Information request submitted by Kaz Clark about after the event appear in the book. She's written with Gary Jones called The Penturk Incident.
Yep.
And
dude, you did a great job on that. You covered everything I had in my notes. That's it's kind of brilliant. Nate says it was Unit. They covered up an incident where Doctor Who stops an alien invasion. It was Unit, I tell you. Yeah, well, Unit or Torchwood. It could be either one. Mark says, I love the Deep Space Nine episode Little Green Men, where Quark and company time travel and ended up captured in Area 51, another poke at government secrets. Yeah, the idea was that it was Rom, Nog, and Quark crash land in Roswell, New Mexico in 1940, whatever it was. And they were the Roswell incident. We'll get to the Roswell incident. Just hold on to that one.
But yeah, I don't know, man.
I might be on 4, I think.
What do you think, though, man? You think this happened? Are they covering it up?
With all of these, I'm going to say that something happened, but there's no way to know how true they are. I would recommend, however, the Y Files here on YouTube has a great video about this incident specifically, and the folks over there do a great job of telling the story, then debunking what they can, but then pointing out the things that can't be debunked. You know.
But yeah, there's the RAF helicopter. See that in the foreground? I like that picture actually. I'm telling you.
Let's be careful here, Sir Torin, because we could draw analogies to other ethnic groups that could get us into real trouble.
He's talking about because they didn't believe in capitalism.
I know exactly what he means, but it was there were some anti-certain type of people-ism to the Ferengis. At least that's what the modern blue hairs talk about these days.
Whatever.
So
Anyway, so I don't know if there was anything else you wanted to bring up on this.
No, I mean you did an amazing job. You covered it all.
I didn't mean to. I mean, boom.
No. You do what you do.
That's what governments do. Well, this is England. I forgot. We'll cover this another time when we do UFO talk. I don't know if it was Norway or one of those Scandinavian countries actually came forth and admitted, no, we were seeing weird stuff that night, where they were honest about it.
Yep.
Like their Air Force, which was weird because usually the governments cover it up.
That is the other thing, too, because a lot of these sightings, sometimes one government goes to cover it up. Another one is just completely open about it.
It was one of the Scandinavian countries. They were saying, there's unexplained stuff going on. We don't have an explanation.
It's kind of funny how that happens, right? Yeah. Where if you listen to your own government, you can't get any information. But when you listen to information from other countries, suddenly you get a whole different perspective. I can't think of another comparison example from the past 5 years. I'm just saying. Okay.
So moving on to the next one. This is another one.
Harare,
Zimbabwe, and Lake Kariba sightings in 1994. You may have to take on more of the Lake Kariba sightings, but I got something on the school. All right. So there we go. I kind of like this picture. It's the school children in Zimbabwe running from a UFO. Funny. Okay, anyway. On the 16th September 1994, there was a UFO sighting outside Ruwa, Zimbabwe. 62 pupils at the aerial school between 6 and 12 said they saw one or more silver craft descend from the sky and land on a field near their school. Some of the children claimed that one or more creatures dressed all in black then approached and telepathically communicated to them a message with an environmental theme, frightening them and causing them to cry. What was the message? I
think any message would have scared the hell out of them.
This might be from Wikipedia, this right here. Okay, the 14-writer Jerome Clark has canceled the incident, has called the incident the most remarkable close encounter of the third kind of the 1990s. What?
Wait a minute. That's just a scene from District 9. You can't fool me.
Very funny. Oh, my favorite line in District 9 when they were talking to one of the local Africans, and he was going, listen, no, it'd be one thing if these creatures, they were from another country, but they're from another planet. They got to go. Like he was okay with if they were like from another country, that's right? Okay, but not other planets. Forget it. No, I'm drawing the line here at that.
Wait, real quick, I want to say hi
to crawdads or whatever they called them, or the prongs. They called them the prawns.
The prawns, yeah, because they Robert's Infinite Realms. Salute, my friend. Good to see you. What's up, everyone? It's late, but brought punch and pie. Well, I've got Jägermeister. Netter's got Jägermeister. Boomer's got sweet tea, and we are talking.
Hey.
We are talking UFOs.
Remember that movie, The Arrival, with Charlie Sheen? That wasn't bad. That had kind of an environmental theme to it, too.
Actually. I remember the title. I don't think I remember the details.
It was interesting. It was basically aliens were purposely messing up our environment to make it more hospitable to them. And they were like, "Yeah, if you guys are
Welcome,
going to
Dan.
take care of your planet, we'll just take over." Yeah, it was.
Welcome, Dan Peters. I'm not sure if that's a new name. I'm not recognizing it, but welcome to the channel. Hope you like what you see here. Hit the like button, and I hope you subscribe. We'd love to see you again. District 9 is a strange movie. Yeah, I felt like District 9 was... I felt there was some connective tissue with what was the movie? What was the one with... oh gosh, Mandy Patinkin and Alien Nation. I felt there was some interesting connective tissue there.
I don't know.
Prawns are just uglier slags.
Oh!
See, boom. See, this is why I say we are on the same wavelength, my friend. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Anyway, the 14th writer Jerome Clark is some skeptics have described the incident as one of mass hysteria. Not all the children at the school that day stated they saw something. Several of those that did maintain their account of their account of the incident was true. Rua is a small agriculture.
Hold up, Boomer. No, I appreciate. No, this is something that I always request. I love to know how people came upon my channel. So thank you so much, Dan, for sharing that.
I see.
I really do hope that you enjoy the stream tonight, and maybe you become a regular around here. And salute to you. I don't know. This must be shot number 5, number 6. Here we go. Salute, Dan. Thank you so much for being here.
I remember the twist at the end of the arrival. The little kid ends up being one of the aliens. I remember that now. Yes.
I hadn't gotten to your comment yet, Booger. So let's be fair here. Just saying. The arrival is literally the answer to the question: what would chairs look like if knees bent the other way? That's actually a good point.
There were interesting aliens in that movie. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it was not bad. I kind of liked that movie, actually.
There you go. I'm sorry, man. I'm engaging with the chat because they are the lifeblood of the channel.
I'm just saying, man, this was one of the more interesting ones I think we have tonight because it's school children. I'd never heard of this before.
And it's not just the school children. It was their teachers too. So, yeah.
And the principal was basically saying he didn't know what to. He says, "I don't think the children are lying. I think what they saw was real to them. But I'm not going to call it a UFO. I just don't know." That's what he said. Yeah.
Well, again, that sounds like a statement from somebody who assumes UFO means alien. It doesn't. It just means they saw something in the sky and they didn't know what it was. For all you know, it was some sort of military operation or something. You never know.
It may be a guy in a weird uniform, but they say that they were telepathically communicated with, which I think is interesting. But I don't know. I'll go on, though. Rua is a small agricultural center located 22 kilometers southeast of the capital, Harare. At the time of the incident, it was not a town, but only a local place name, little more than a crossroads in an agricultural region. Ariel's school was an expensive private school. Most of the pupils were from wealthy white families in Harare. Yeah, I to be fair, the school is mixed. You had a mix of people, of students there.
Right.
But 2 days prior to the incident at Ariel, there had been a number of UFO sightings throughout southern Africa. You might go on to the minute. There have been numerous reports of bright fireball passing through the sky at night. Many people answered 2BC's radio's request to call in and describe what they had seen. Although some witnesses interpreted the fireball as a comet or a meteor, it resulted in a wave of UFO mania in Zimbabwe at the time. According to Skeptic Brian Dunning, the fireball had been the re-entry of the Zenit 2 rocket from the Cosmos 2290 satellite launch. Well, maybe that's possible. The booster broke up into burning streaks and moved silently across the sky, giving the impression of a light show to millions of Africans. Local UFO researcher Cynthia Hind recorded other alien sightings at this time, including a daylight sighting by a young boy and his mother, and a report of alien beings on a road by a trucker. The sightings at Ariel occurred 10 a.m. on September 16, 1984, when pupils were outside on mid-morning break. I guess they were on recess. The adult faculty at the school were inside having a meeting at the time. The entire incident lasted about 15 minutes. When the children returned to class, they told teachers what they had seen, but were dismissed. When they returned home, they told their parents. Many of those parents came to school the next day to discuss what had happened with the faculty. The sighting was reported on ZBC radio, from where Cynthia Hind learned about it. The BBC's correspondent in Zimbabwe, Tim Leach, visited the school on 19th September to film interviews with pupils and staff. I was watching these last night, these interviews with the kids, actually. After investigating this incident, Leach said, "I could handle war zones, but I could not handle this." Hind visited the school around 20 September 1994. She interviewed some of the children and asked them to draw pictures of what they had seen. She reported that the children all told her the same story. That November, Harvard University professor of psychiatry John Mack visited Ariel School to interview witnesses. Throughout the 1990s, Mack had investigated UFO sightings and alien abduction phenomenon. According to interviews of Hind, Leach, and Mack, 62 children between the age of 6 and 12 said they had seen at least one UFO. One or more silver objects, usually described as discs, appeared in the sky. They then floated down to a field of brush and small trees just outside the school. Between 1 and 4 creatures with big eyes and dressed all in black exited a craft and approached the children. At this point, many of the children ran, but some, mostly older people, stayed and watched the approach. According to Mack's interviews, the creature or creatures then telepathically communicate to the children an environmental message before returning to the craft and flying away. According to Dunning, this telepathic message aspect of the story was not included in Hind or Leach's reports, only Mack's, although Hind reported it later. In Mack's interviews, one 5th grader tells how he warned about something that's going to happen and that pollution mustn't be. An 11-year-old girl told Mack, "I think they want people to know we're actually making harm on this world and we mustn't get too technologied." Okay. One child said, I guess one children said that he was told the world would end because they are not taking care of the planet. The children were adamant that they had not seen a plane. Hind noted that the different cultural backgrounds of the children gave rise to different interpretations of what they had seen, and they did not believe that they had seen extraterrestrials. She noted some of the children thought the short little beings were Tikaloshes, creatures of Shona and Nabid, if I hope not butchered this, the Dibele folklore. Okay.
Yeah, so that's a great point. People do tend to interpret these kinds of experiences in terms of their own culture. And honestly, so I may be getting completely off topic, but all of these alien stories, if you are very objective in how you read them, they're not so very different than modern versions of fairy stories from, centuries ago, right? This idea of being abducted, alien people that think differently than you do, return you with a different mindset and so forth. The concept of the changeling, for example, in fairy lore, very, very similar to the concept of alien abductions. So I don't care if you are religious and you believe in demons and angels, if you are Gaelic and you believe in fairies, or the modern day aliens. There's a lot of archetypal type of correlation between them. So whatever you choose to believe, just going to point out. And again, Boomer, you did a great job on this. You covered everything I had in my notes.
Well, this is from Wikipedia. I was getting most of that from Wikipedia for that one. But you said that there were sightings over a lake, right?
Yes. And there is a video, again, on the Y-Files to check out for a great full, almost an hour video talking about this one. But yes, you're absolutely right, Boomer, that this is... there was an incident that happened a week before this incident that most people believe is related, so it's worth looking into. Real quick, I did want to bring up real quick Lynn Green's comment. She said, watch the pilot. She's talking about Alien Nation, the series, with a friend. The scene where Sykes pretends he is going to shoot George's daughter won us over. It's been a long time. I don't remember it. I need to do a rewatch of the movie Alien Nation. And I got to tell you my personal story with that. And in very, very brief, I will tell you, I went to a Star Trek convention with my mother. I was a very young man. I was less than 18. And I went to a convention with my mother, and we received... there was a dude dressed as an alien, kind of like this alien right below me here, handing out passes to a free screening of a movie called Alien Nation. And when my mother saw that James Caan started, and she's like, I'd like to go to this. And I'm like, oh, if you want to, yeah, I'd be happy to. I didn't know my mom had a thing for James Caan. She kind of... but it was a sci-fi film that this was back in the days when they knew how to market, right? This was a sci-fi film that didn't have a built-in fandom, so they went to a sci-fi convention, handed out these free passes, and said, please go see this movie and tell all your friends about it. And I saw it, and I loved it. Mandy Patinkin plays the alien, James Caan plays the human. It's a buddy cop film in a world where there's aliens, right? Brilliant damn film. And then they made a TV series about it, where, of course, they had to recast the actors because these guys are too big to do TV.
Right.
And the James Caan character was played by, I forget the actor's name. Somebody in the chat help me out, but he played Saval in Star Trek Enterprise.
That's right. He played a Vulcan. Yes.
Yes, exactly. In fact, he reprised the role in the fan film. So, which I won't mention because I don't know how YouTube deals with that. Weekend off.
Gary Graham.
Gary Graham. Thank you. Did you just Google that?
Yes.
Good man. Thank you, my friend. You are a good co-host. Weekend off. Don't know if Saturday's show. Well, whatever the case, I'm so glad you're here, Dan Peters. Thank you so much. Drones can be UFOs technically. Yes, that is absolutely true. Agent Boomer wasn't there a time at Germany where they had a ton of reports of UFOs, especially at one of their airports.
I don't know, but that might be something.
If you know a particular incident, send us a link.
Yeah, we might do this again at some time. Yeah,
absolutely. Lynn Green. The series, I'm assuming we're talking about Alien Nation, was a pale imitation of the movie. They always are, let's be honest, and contain a lot of what today would be called woke content. Yeah, I suppose you're right about that. Which is weird because the movie essentially fought against racism. Yeah, that's probably a video for another time. But Alien Nation did a great job of... this was the Star Trek concept. This is what they call woke today, but that's bullshit. It was classical liberalism. It was dealing with iniquities in our society through the prism of sci-fi. That's what old Star Trek was. That's what the original Alien Nation movie was. And then people wanted to push certain ideologies. Well, that's, again, a topic for another day. Not bad so far. I'm hoping I'm earning that subscription from you, my friend. I hope I am. The more I drink. Folks, this is the last shot. Netter got 2. I had half a dozen. Salute, Netter. She's drinking her second. If you think it is a tragedy that Netter and I are both empty-bottled on Jägermeister, you know what to do. You know what to do. Booger 414, I had a prelude to it, but for a time it was fine because it was mostly about accepting everyone, not othering the majority. Yeah, you could look at it through the prism of wokeness. I think it was still, progressive classical liberalism. Honestly, Mandy Patinkin did a great job in that movie. So did James Caan. Guys, I am definitely going to put Alienation on a future members Night at the Movies poll. I think we should watch that movie together. I love that movie. UFO encountered in Africa seems well researched. Well, it may be. We don't know. That we never know. People interpret it with their own culture or time. Like I believe what we, in the modern day, dinosaurs may years ago be called dragons. Yes. So this is a great point, right? Many archaeologists believe that dragons and giants are just misinterpretations of fossils of dinosaurs that were found over the years.
Or if it's primeval, it's because dinosaurs were actually coming out of anomaly portals, and a knight would have to chase one of them down.
Yeah. Sam Francisco was way better than George Francisco, and Sykes should always be a grizzled old veteran who has... Yeah, that was the one problem that I did have. I felt like they made him younger, and that was kind of a weird retcon that I didn't care for. But I remember, what was it? He says, no, I don't mind you making fun of my name, Sam Francisco. I understand. It's not too dissimilar from how your name, Sykes, sounds like two words in our language. Sykes, which means excrement and cranium. Shithead. And then later on, they meet an alien prostitute, and he says, this is my buddy, this is my partner, George. I'm Officer Sykes. Shithead. I heard a statement that... Oh, I'm sorry. Let me blow this up because I'm too drunk to read the small print. I heard a statement that the divine has been replaced by aliens to explain the unexplainable. It was a good discussion about how humans fill in the blanks with the outrageous. Robert's Infinite Realms. Have you heard the scientifically based discussion that religion or religiosity, the belief in the divine, is actually genetically encoded? That there are people that have a genetic code for believing in the divine, and there are those that are genetically encoded to be atheist, so to speak. There's actually a similar argument that leftism and the so-called right, liberal versus conservative, is also genetically encoded. But this idea that there is a belief in God gene, which apparently is also a dominant gene. The current scientific belief is that it is a survival mechanism to believe in the divine. I'll leave that up to you to decide why that would be. Something to look into. Just something to look into. Don't know if you knew about that. George was a remnant of an earlier script before Hanna-Barbera Legal sent a cease and desist over the family named Jetson. George Jetson? Really? Dude, oh man, I didn't even know that. Lynn, thank you for sharing that with me. I didn't even know that. Maury Island is a con from... Oh, I'm sorry. Let me blow this up. Maury Island is a con from their pissed people off raised there. Dude, if you got typos, I'm too drunk to read through them. Just saying. That's part of the danger of this chat. We are at 10:02. What'd you say, Nana?
What are you trying to read?
No. I read it word for word what Dan said. I'll bring it up. He said Maury Island is a con. They're pissed people off raised there. That sounds like word salad to me, dude. Sorry.
No, there's no punctuation. Maury Island is a con. Period. From their...
Pissed people, which probably means drunk people, right? No. Angry people off raised there. Sorry, I'm lost.
Anyway.
Too big for TV, yet James Caan later went on to lead Las Vegas for a few seasons. Look, James Caan, I don't know. I like James Caan. The full extent of my experience with James Caan is Brian's Song, another movie we really need to watch on Members Night at the Movies. Oh fuck, man, that movie has
That'll
me
bring a tear to your eye.
Oh fuck, you're not a man if you don't cry at Brian's Song. Just saying.
It was required watching when I went to Brian Piccolo Middle School.
That's right, you did go to Brian Piccolo Middle
Look
School.
at that.
Well, but keep in mind too, they were the Chicago Bears, so obviously it was required viewing for us as well. And dude, I'm getting a little weepy just even thinking about it. But yeah. Brian Piccolo. And when you hit your knees tonight, I ask you to pray to God for Brian Piccolo as well. Okay, just Lando Calrissian, right? As Gail Sayers, just saying. Too big for TV, yet James Caan later went on to lead Las Vegas. I don't know what it was, but James Caan, I liked him fine, but my mom was just way too into him, just in a creepy way. Just saying.
What I'm trying to say is, if it was a later show, like more recently, television didn't have the stigma attached to it as it once did earlier.
That's
like
true.
it used to be like
That's
you'd either were a television actor or a movie actor, and you didn't typically cross unless you were doing like a guest appearance. Do you understand? It was like you were supposed to move on from television to movies. It wasn't like.
I'm all out of... I was going to take another shot of Jägermeister, but I'm completely out. So if you guys think it's a sin that I am without booze, you guys know what to do. Robert's Infinite Realms... Oops, I didn't mean to take it away. I meant to bring it up. Says the pilot scene in Alien... No, I'm still good here, Netter. I've got...
I was going to give you a curly whirly, make you feel better.
Ooh, I got a curly whirly.
Anyway.
No. So Robert's Infinite Realm says that pilot scene in Alienation was so good. I wasn't sure about it until then. I would love to know what you thought, Roberts, about the pilot and the series versus the movie. We could totally do a whole stream about Alienation. Take care, Booger. Thank you so much for being here. God, we love you. You're fun. Thank you so much for being here. Oh. Enjoying my
Curly whirly.
My British Marathon bar.
All right. So, should we move on?
I want to get caught up on my chat here. Hold on.
I think you went backwards for a minute there. Okay.
Getting caught up. Right. George Jetson, and they changed it to George Francisco, Mayor of San Francisco. It's one of those rights-related things. Fuck those people. I'm getting sick and tired of people that don't want to work out a deal because, we own this thing. Fuck you. Screw you. Nobody's watching the Jetsons anymore. Who gives a shit?
Pay attention to the people that do have their stuff worked out. We'll be talking about that on Sunday when we talk about a certain new cinematic universe in the works. Which we
Good point. Good point. I've heard that theory about genetics, about beliefs. It's another nature versus nurture discussion that I can't explain my thoughts on in a chat. Would take too long. If you do a stream about it, let me know. I'd love to check it out. I have my thoughts on it too. Yeah. James Caan's son was co-star on the remake of Hawaii Five-0, which I never saw a fucking episode of because I tend not to bother with remakes or reboots. I was raised on Vashon Island. On Maury Island, Vashon Connection Research. Okay. Awesome. Let's see here. A bar of soap for each F-bomb you dropped. Did I drop a lot of F-bombs tonight?
A couple.
I'm surprised you didn't say anything, Netter.
Want some jelly babies?
I'm still working on my curly whirly, thank you.
Okay.
We're eating British candy because Netter... Oh, I'm having 2 curly whirlies in a day. We got to ration these over the holiday season, Netter.
Don't worry about it, dear. I have a you covered.
Radar, yeah. There was a topless alien in that movie, wasn't there?
What?
I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry, Dan. I've completely lost the track of the comments. I don't know what we're talking about here.
Anyway, that's right. We're going to move on to a big one in a minute.
Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead.
All right. Are you ready for a certain? Look at this UFO crash at Roswell, New Mexico, 1947.
We know it was Quark and his brother and his nephew.
Okay. I'll read you. This comes from UFO USA, a traveler's guide to UFO sightings, abduction sites, crop circles, and other unexplained phenomena. No crop circles tonight. That'll be for another time. But you can tell it's a great book because it was written in the 90s. So here we go. Will Rogers once called Roswell, New Mexico, the prettiest little town in the West. Years later, his observation holds up. Roswell is still a pretty town, boasting startling blue skies and some of the richest ranch land in the country. And with a population of just 50,000, it's still little. Although to update Rogers' description of the town, you would have had to add, and the UFO crash capital of the United States. That would explain why the town's highlights include not only 24 parks and recreational facilities, a local theater company, and a flying school, but a UFO museum as well. Anyway, here's the story. Here's the scoop according to dozens of sources, including a June 1997 Time magazine cover story. On June 14, 1947, while making routine rounds on the J.B. Foster Sheep Ranch, 85 miles northwest of Roswell, rancher Mac Brazel allegedly discovered some litter in a pasture, rubber strips, tinfoil, Scotch tape, and wood. He also claimed to have found very thin metallic slices that could have been cut with a knife or burned with matches. Unbeknownst to Brazel, who had no radio in his ranch shack, there had been a rash of flying saucer reports from all over the country around the time of the discovery. According to the Roswell Daily Record, a local couple reported seeing a large object zoom across the sky at high speed, possibly 400 to 500 miles per hour. The couple reported that the object was oval in shape and glowed as though a light was showing through from the inside. When Brazel finally learned of the UFO sightings, he wondered if there might be some connection that took some of the debris he had found to the county sheriff in Roswell, who then turned it over to officials at the Roswell Army Air Force Base. The next day, Brazel led 2 Army intelligence officers to the ranch field where the debris were scattered. They picked up a number of pieces and headed back to town. On the way back to the base, one of the intelligence officers, Major Jesse A. Marcel, stopped to show the debris to his wife and son. The son now remembers that there were pieces of foil, chunks of bakelite-looking plastic, and light I-beam inscribed with purple hieroglyph-like symbols. Major Marcel then took the debris to the base commander, who almost immediately issued a press release. The Associated Press announcement, published worldwide on July 8, 1947, from Colonel Blanchard, base commander at Roswell Army Field, stated, "We have in our possession a flying saucer." You hear that?
Yep.
The town of Roswell and all national media was instantly captivated by the news. A furor ensued. The next day, however, that statement was quickly retracted by the Brigadier General Roger A. M. Ramey of the Eighth Air Force in Fort Worth, Texas, where Marcel had been ordered to take some of the debris for analysis. General Ramey explained to the press that the so-called flying saucer was nothing more than an experimental weather balloon. The official story ended there, but the unofficial story continues and unfolds, and is still unfolding today to this day. Glenn Dennis, mortician at Roswell at the time of the crash, now the co-founder of the UFO Museum there, steadfastly maintains that on July 7, 1947, he received 2 strange phone calls from a man who claimed to be a mortuary officer. He first asked if Dennis had any hermetically sealed baby caskets in stock. Then he called back to ask what embalming fluid would do to a body. Even more interesting in Dennis's claim that he had strange activity at the hospital early in July and had been ordered to leave after encountering a hysterical army nurse who eventually told him that she had aided doctors performing autopsies on strange-looking small bodies. The nurse, he later learned, was killed in a plane crash. In 1997, under growing pressure from the UFO community, government authorities reinvestigated the Roswell affair. The authorities have since reaffirmed that nothing more than an experimental weather balloon crashed that day in 1947. They also reconfirmed that the rumored dead aliens were, in fact, test dummies dropped from high-altitude balloons by the Air Force. Go forth and decide for yourself. What do you think?
I think there's absolutely something there. I don't trust Harry Truman. Just saying. And
You're blaming this all on Truman. Okay. I think they told Truman, they said, cover it up.
Yeah,
you like that fake crash picture? Looks like a real photo, huh? I picked black and white because it was old-timey, see. It's all fake, see. Okay.
And I do feel compelled because it was brought up in the chat. And Go-Kart Mozart was checking out the weather chart to see if it was safe outside. And little Early Burly came by in his curly whirly and asked me if I needed a ride. That song is a hard one because those lyrics are...
They were drunk when they wrote those.
Blinded by the light. Wrapped up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Those are the actual lyrics. If you believe it's something else, that's fine. There's nothing wrong.
What do you think, man? You think the government's full of that?
I don't trust anything the government says ever. Let's just be clear about that. If the government says the sky is blue, I am going to doubt it.
I'm just saying, you had the first general or whatever come out and rig it. He's, oh yeah, that was a UFO. No, not so fast.
If you have ever seen the game, if you have ever played the game L.A. Noire, right?
Yeah.
Doubt. Press X for doubt. I doubt everything the government says. Always.
So you think that the hysterical nurse who died in a plane crash unexpectedly, isn't that weird? Because she had seen the autopsies? Because she went and talked.
I do not believe in coincidence. Let's just be clear about that. And welcome, Tim Hayes. Always good to see you. Speaking of Tim Hayes, I don't know why this is a pivot for me, but Tim Hayes is here, which reminded me of Retro Blasting, which reminded me of, if you are here in and listening to the live stream and you haven't dropped a chat to let me know you're here, just remember, it encourages the hell out of me to know that you're listening to my stream.
Yes.
So if you are a lurker and you're not saying anything, please just say hi. so I know you're here. It makes me
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Michael, say hi. I know we know you're there.
And
And I want to know what you think of this, man. I know
kind of what I was saying, yeah.
You're too afraid to admit to the truth that
Jeez, Boomer.
That there is something out there in space. The public wants to know about it.
I would love to have that conversation with Michael French, because I believe that he and I, are simpatico on a lot of things, and I'll bet that there's a lot of things that he believes, that I believe, that we would probably relate.
Netter, question for you. Was this a weather balloon?
No.
The only other explanation I have, other than it being, is that the government faked a UFO crash to then make people do all this weird conspiracy stuff to get them focused on other things. That's my other thing. Yeah. That okay, maybe this is a hoax, but the government put it on to make. This is the other thing too. I do believe because this whole thing with the weather balloon, no one's buying it.
A lot of people throw out. There are people in the CIA. OSI, whatever it was at the time, throwing out misinformation specifically because they don't want you to know what they're doing, and there's a lot of secrecy. I don't trust the government as far as I can throw it.
Okay. Somebody else had reported this, and I didn't really think too much of it until I read their account. I'm like, yeah, that kind of happened. So somebody in another state mentioned that they had seen a dark object in the sky. It was small because it was at a distance. It was just hovering there. It was not moving at all, wasn't doing anything. It was just there, and it sat there for like over an hour and then just kind of disappeared. Now, right across from our house, we've got a forest preserve, and then there's some housing. So if I looked straight up from my office window, there was a black dot hovering there. And it stayed there. And every once in a while, I'd look up, and it was still there because I was working. So my desk is right there. And I'd look up, and it's still there. Hour later, still there. And then all of a sudden, blink. As I was watching it, just blink, and it was gone. I'm like, okay.
There you go.
That's some weird stuff.
Tim Hayes says retro blasting is around. I thought he'd be here by now. I know what Tim is referring to. There was a live stream yesterday where he said he was looking forward to my stream. Tim, in all honesty, he might not be listening. He might just have been being nice at the time.
Maybe he'll catch it on the repeat.
Trying to mention my stream to, just be nice and whatnot. I don't know. But he knows that he encourages me every time he drops a chat or whatever. So we'll see. But you know what, Boomer? We are past due.
Yeah, why don't you do a commercial break, then we'll go to the next segment. Yeah.
What is going on this week? Hopefully, you most of you regulars know, but new friends like Dan Peters might not know all the things that are coming up this week, so I want to share that with you. And I need to go in search of more booze because I am all out of Jägermeister, and that is a true crime. So we'll be back in just under 3 minutes. Take care. See you on the other side.
Cool.
You are watching Last Call, streaming every Friday night at 9 Central, 10 Eastern. Come on in, pull up a chair, and have a drink with us.
This week on Saturday Night at the Movies, 3 female African-American mathematicians play a pivotal role in astronaut John Glenn's launch into orbit while dealing with racial and gender discrimination. Genius has no race, strength has no gender, courage has no limit in Hidden Figures. On Netter's Network Retro Cinema, Saturday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern.
Every Sunday evening, Aged Boomer and Papa Pacelli bring you the rundown of the week's geek news, or at least what they think is interesting. You may have heard about it somewhere else, but Boomer and Pacelli put a spin on it you likely won't hear anywhere else. It's Geeky Geezers, every Sunday evening at 8 Central, 9 Eastern.
Dive into the eerie, surreal world of Twin Peaks with us every Tuesday. Join passionate superfans as we unravel mysteries, decode Lynchian symbolism, and sip some damn fine coffee together. Whether you're a Black Lodge veteran or a curious newcomer, our live discussions on YouTube and X will keep you hooked. Come join the conversation. Who killed Laura Palmer? Let's find out together on Deleted Scenes and Affiliates every Tuesday evening at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern.
Intent on recruiting experts in the fight against the Federation's pacification program, Tarrant and Dana set a course for Bukol 2, and Dana's old lover and mentor, Justin, renowned genetic engineer. Then the Scorpio comes under attack and Tarrant has to pull out, leaving Dana down on the planet with Servalan on her way and surrounded by monstrous humanoid animals. Tuesday on Last Call presents Blake's 7, 10 p.m. Central, 11 Eastern.
It's Thursday night, and Netters Network talks to the streamers who have everybody talking. It's Thursday Things, Thursdays at 9 Central, 10 Eastern on Netters Network.
Did you top off your glasses? We now return to Last Call.
I love Sir Torrin Clegane here. Who killed Laura Palmer? It was Colonel Mustard in the library with the wrench.
Yes.
He was there for the...
I never trusted him.
I don't trust any of them, to be honest with you. Twin Peaks, North Bend, Washington. Oh, gosh. Dan Peters, if you haven't joined us for a live from Sparkwood in 21, we are getting ready to... we have been through a rewatch of all the Twin Peaks episodes and the movie and so forth, and we're getting ready to do it again with the whole knowing what we know now concept. But we've also delved into all of the David Lynch films and so forth. You should really join us for that if you are at all a Twin Peaks / David Lynch fan. A lot of fun. Really, really. Would love to see you around for that. Posted about the stream on Facebook, so I just gave Michael a reminder in case he's able to stop by. Don't bother him. I mean, I know he's a busy guy. He's got a lot of things he's working on, and I did find. So I'm done with my Jägermeister. I have moved on to apple pie moonshine. Apple pie moonshine. Maybe next Friday I will talk about the history of moonshine on Liquid Lunch.
I had to go and tell him about
So.
Oh wait, never mind. That was me. Did I make it?
This is very harvesty. This is very Thanksgiving. This is very seasonal. I like this. This is good stuff. Maybe next time I'll freeze it and make Applejack. Shh! Don't tell the government.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, this is we're going to do an abduction story. By the way, I have an abduction test before we start. Would you like me to read it to you?
Go for it.
Think you might have been abducted? Answer the following questions to find out if it's a possibility. Have you ever experienced missing or lost time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know what? I blame the alcohol.
No, I've had it just simply happen. Remember when I actually went to a doctor about it?
Yeah, but you've had sleep issues. So
it has nothing to do with sleep issues. I was concerned, my mother had dementia, and I was concerned that I was getting early onset dementia because I kept losing time.
She's sharper than I am, folks.
And the doctor apparently that I was referred to was an absolute flippin' quack, because I went to him for memory issues, just saying, I'm losing time. I will be driving, I blink, and suddenly we are much further away than I think we should be. Like, for an example, one of the examples I gave is, we'll be getting onto the expressway. I blink, we're suddenly getting off the expressway, which should have taken 30 minutes.
I just call that zoning. I don't think about it.
Well,
I'm looking around when we're in the car. What this guy did, the nurse goes, I want you to remember these 3 words, and then forgot to ask me later what they were, which were apple, table, pencil, by the way.
That's right.
Yeah, I still remember after all these words, because she pissed me off by not asking me what they were. And after asking me all these questions about, okay, I'm going to give you some, like a short story. I want you to tell me what you remember. I'm going to give you these words. I want you to tell me what you remember. We'll show you these cards and tell me what you remember, all this sort of thing. He sends me a report, nothing to do with my memory or losing time, but tells me I am severely depressed and wants to put me on antidepressants. I'm like,
yeah, that's
I'm not
when we
depressed.
realized that the medical community just wanted to put you on drugs.
That's why I realized that particular doctor was an absolute freaking quack.
So
because
Dan,
I'm not depressed. I have never been depressed.
Dan, maybe go check out my playlist on Live from Sparkwood and 21. There is an episode in there where Netter and I talked about our time in Snoqualmie, North Bend. We used to go on an almost annual basis to the Twin Peaks Festival that they held there. We got pictures up. We share all about it. Visited the filming locations. And then when I took Netter to visit her sister in San Diego, we drove up to Los Angeles to meet up with a friend from those fests who took us and showed us the different filming locations in the Los Angeles area. So yeah, good show if you're into Twin Peaks. Discovered Clobby. Oh, you guys are talking about clobbering times, guys. I can't. I'll start crying. I really will. I can't even engage on that right now. Let's get back to the aliens.
There's 2 more questions. I'm not going to do the whole thing, okay? Do you have strong phobias or an eerie feeling of being watched?
No, I don't give a shit if anyone's watching me.
Are you prone to nosebleeds?
Oh,
no.
Not since I was a kid, no.
Okay. Do you have any unusual scars or marks with no possible explanation for how you received them?
Dude, I broke my foot and I don't know how it happened.
You say you don't know how it happened. See, now we're getting somewhere. Don't you remember that? Do you remember the TNG episode where they were all being abducted by those creatures?
Yeah. And Riker they
took his arm off and sewed it back on.
Realized that it was off by a couple microns or whatever. Yeah.
She's exactly. Well, according to my Dr. Crusher said, "Oh, it looks like someone took your arm off and sewed it back on." He's like, "What?" And then did they mess with Data as well? I don't remember now. Geordi they messed with. I think it was Geordi. It was Geordi and Worf. It was those 3, Riker, Geordi, and Worf.
What was happening was they were literally abducting them from the ship. Honestly, you know what's funny about that? That whole storyline has a culmination in Star Trek Online. There's a lot of extraneous lore in Star Trek Online if you're into that kind of stuff. Robert's Infinite Realms, the movies about Travis Walton is good. Burning Skies. I have a poll up for the members right now. The members on this channel, which you can be a member of this channel for as little as $2 a month.
So
we do a movie every Monday night, and we have 3 movies. I think Burning Skies is one of them.
Fire in the Skies.
Oh, it was Fire in the Skies.
Similar title, yeah. And but look, that's my abduction picture. What do you think? Huh? Okay. Yes. Anyway.
Yes, Dan, I have pictures of our visit to Mount Si, and specifically the room where Laura is in Fire Walk with Me. So yeah.
All right, man. So this was in Heber, Arizona. You want me to read it?
Yes, go for it.
The story, November 5th, 1975, it allegedly happened to Travis Walton, and it remains one of the most infamous UFO abduction stories of all time. The case was made famous in the movie Fire in the Sky. According to accounts described in several UFO reference encyclopedias, including the highly regarded The UFO Book by UFO researcher Jerome Clark, this is what happened. Walton and 6 other forestry workers were heading home in a small truck when they supposedly saw a glowing object shaped like 2 pie pans hovering above a clearing. Walton left the truck to investigate. To the horror of his co-workers, he was allegedly struck with a blue and green beam of light from the craft. They reported watching as the light picked Walton up and threw him back on the ground. The driver was frightened and sped away. When they returned several minutes later, Walton had seemingly vanished. A police investigation and a massive search followed. Some thought that the men had murdered Walton and were using the UFO story as a cover They took lie detector tests and passed. 5 days later, a few miles outside of Heber, Travis Walton was found. He claims that aliens about 5 feet in height with domed heads and large creepy eyes performed experiments on him. He claimed to have seen other apparently more humanoid creatures who led him around but would not speak to him. Walton says that he could see stars around the exterior of the craft. Look at that.
Oh my God, it's full of stars. You got that reference, okay.
What do you think, though, huh? Yes, it's 2010, yes. Anyway, I don't know.
The year we made contact. I actually went to see that film on a school trip.
I like that movie. I know people say, oh, it's not 2001. Yeah, whatever. I still enjoy it.
No, it's not. It's a sequel. It's a continuation. Get over it.
I liked how not Yakov Smirnoff, but I kept calling the Russian guy Yakov Smirnoff. When I kept getting the American sayings wrong. He's like, easy as cake. And he goes, no, it's easy as pie. Easy as pie.
Yes, I remember that. I remember that. Look, idioms are hard. And
especially when you're from another country, yes.
Well, but even when you know the idioms, it's funny because it's like pie, cake, what's the difference? I get it, you know?
So alien abductions stories, you believe in them, man? I mean, come on. I mean, this is like I said, we call them alien abductions now. They used to have stories of abductions, right? Involving fairies before. So I don't care if it's aliens or fairies or demons. Every culture has a story like this. I don't know if there's some archetype involved or if it's just a different way of interpreting reality. Just saying. Something to think about. I don't know, man.
Dude, are you playing the Blake 7 game during last call? What the hell's going on here? I don't know what you guys are doing.
Come to think of it, I did have a mark on my body I have no explanation for. I assumed a wasp or something stung me in my sleep, but it's never really gone away.
It's interesting because marks like that, they used to see as an indicator that you were a witch.
Well...
Just saying.
Right.
We're getting into creepy season, and we'll start talking about some of that lore.
Maybe we'll have to talk about witchcraft at some point. I know werewolves are on the docket too at some point. Spoiler.
Werewolves of Chicago.
I like that video, the Warren Zevon video for that. That's neat. Anyway,
I haven't seen it. I'll have to check that out.
It's not perfect because it's kind of cheesy. It's a 70s video. I enjoyed it.
My experience with that song starts with, and this is sad because it's a classic rock song, but my experience with that song starts with The Color of Money. When I was in college, I was going to DePaul University and in Lincoln Park, and just down the street from the campus was a pool hall where they filmed a portion of The Color of Money with Tom Cruise. Specifically the scene where he's playing pool to the song by Warren Zevon, Werewolves of London. You know, and he's doing the tricks with the stick, and his hair was perfect. And that was my first experience with the song, you know? So, anyway, kind of getting off topic. Sorry about that.
All right. But should I move on? Anything left to say?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Keep
talking, I'll keep drinking.
Men in Black encounter in Wales, 1905. That goes back a ways. So let me read from that.
So this concept of the Men in Black, which I think many of us in the U.S. assumed were like Secret Service, CIA, Black Ops here in the United States. Black Ops people
saying,
maybe it's not. Yeah.
This is the first reported sighting, according to the UFO FAQ by a book by David J. Hogan. All right. So this is those dapper men in black. Black, this color, often described as the absence of color, connotes authority, competence, and sophistication. But over the centuries, black has also been the color of criminality, evil, fright, and death. Black Mass, Black Widow. Black
I would also argue it is a symbolism of secrecy and hiding in
Yes.
the shadows.
There you go. Crimes, Black Hand Society, blackmail, the driver's hazard called black ice, blacklist and black market, black ops. Okay. The last refers to military intelligence operators built around secrecy. Anyone caught in the crosshairs of black ops missions are designated targets, or as someone who has revealed the operation workings can expect dire consequences. To many in the UFO community, black designates men in black, intimidating anonymous figures that appear seemingly from nowhere to warn UFO witnesses to keep quiet about what they have seen. Usually, men in black, MIB, are variously thought to be representatives of 1. The American government and or its intelligence agencies, 2. A secret hybrid government controlled by Washington and extraterrestrials, 3. A secret society of humans antipathetic to Washington and other governments that pursues world domination, or 4. Aliens, probably malevolent, that wish to squelch chatter about their activities on Earth. An early documented encounter with men in black occurred in Wales in 1905 when a young woman who saw a strange...
This is interesting, and I'd love to hear more about it,
Yes.
Dan Peters. I think this applies directly to what we're talking about right now. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
It's all right.
wanted to acknowledge the comment. Yeah.
Anyway, so an early documented encounter with men in black occurred in Wales in 1905 when a young woman who saw a strange flying craft was shortly visited by a mysterious dark-clad man. Sightings of peculiar aircraft, many were airships, have been common in Europe since the late 1800s, but the Wales story had the added fillip of the mysterious emissary. I don't know what that means. Okay. A local newspaper, the Barmouth Advertiser, reported, in the neighborhood dwells an exceptionally intelligent young woman of the peasant stock whose bedroom has been visited 3 nights in succession by a man dressed in black. This figure has delivered a message to the girl which she is too frightened to relate. Little more than that is known of the encounter, although it is certain that other men in black were in Wales in 1905. The member of New Zealand's touring All Blacks rugby team, named for their black uniforms, the All Blacks were informally called the Men in Black. Whether this spurred the young woman's imagination or is a simple coincidence is unknown. Men in Black encounters more typically belong to the post-war era, where future and public awareness of the destructive abilities of the science inspired people to be more aware than before what was in the skies. Kenneth Arnold's 1947 saucer sighting and news reports from Roswell the same year further pushed people's gaze skyward. UFO sightings multiplied. Here, I forgot to show my picture. Look at that, huh?
Ooh, yeah.
What do you think? Men in Black, have you heard of them before?
I have. I absolutely. Well, look, let's face it. They even did a series of films.
More
with
comedic,
Will
though,
Smith.
yes.
Yeah.
And they weren't villains in that. They were doing it for the greater good, I think.
Right.
Yes.
But whatever. Again, I kind of feel like I didn't realize this going in. So, peek behind the curtain, Boomer and I each contributed 3 suggestions to topics we would talk about tonight. And Boomer put together the slideshow. But come to realize that, you start talking about the Men in Black, and it's, this is a big part of the zeitgeist. If you know anything about UFOs, and it seems like every topic we've talked about, whether it was one of mine or one of Boomer's, there's a video that goes into more detail on the Y-Files. The Y-Files has become coast to coast for the YouTube age. Just saying.
Yeah, and they got something on Men in Black in there, huh? What do you think
Yes,
they
they
are,
do.
if they do exist? Do you think it's the government? Do you think it's aliens pretending to be government people telling you to stop what you saw? I mean, it's
So we'll start with the basics. I absolutely do not trust the government. So I assume that there is always misinformation coming out of the CIA. So these so-called men in black, I could totally see being part of the CIA. I assume that to be the if you believe in Occam's razor, that is the most reasonable explanation. If there is such a thing as non-terrestrial life forms, intelligent life, that our government has had contact with, then absolutely there is misinformation related to that, because these fucking elitists that that run our government don't think that we are intelligent enough to deal with reality, so they hide it from us.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my opinion. Lynn Green says, I associate them as the field agents of New World Order. Yeah, so there's the other element of it. Put the aliens aside. Let's just pretend there is no life outside of Earth. There is no contact with alien life forms. It could very well be a misinformation plot by globalists. That's actually even more plausible.
Interesting.
Right? That's true. The men in black predate the CIA. But you know what? Before the CIA, there was the OSI. Before the OSI, there was always elitists that wanted to corrupt the government and all world powers for their own benefit.
Do you know what I liked about that newspaper article? They said a bright young woman of the peasant stock. So it's like, okay, yeah, we're saying she's smart, but well, she's still a peasant. She's still descended from those low peasants. I mean, that's kind of insulting, actually. It's like, yeah, you're smart, but you're still not of the upper crust. I mean,
I love this. Tim Hayes' comment. Yeah, that's just like your opinion, man. We just recently watched
Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski.
I love that movie.
Thank you, Boomer. I'm glad you were in on that. That was a lot of fun.
Yes, that was a good one. All right, should we move on to another thing?
Absolutely. What do you got for me?
We have UFO crashes into car in Marshall County, Minnesota, 1979.
It wasn't a car accident. I wasn't drunk driving. It was a UFO, I swear.
Okay, let me read.
The USIS.
USIS, yes, exactly.
Unidentified shit in space.
All
the
right.
netter is, of course, referring to when I couldn't think of a UAP. Unidentified shit in the sky,
You said shit in space. That's my word.
Is that what I said? Okay.
So this is from Weird US Volume 2, okay?
Okay.
By Mark Moran and Mark Skierman, okay? They used to have a show, too, and they had a website called Weird New
That's pretty cool.
Val Johnson and the infamous UFO car. Deputy Sheriff Val Johnson was making the rounds through Marshall County, Minnesota, as usual on August 27th, 1979.
Minnesota, right? You better keep it down back there, or I'll have to, shoot you.
Okay. Anyway, but that night's events wound up being far from routine. In fact, they made headline news and even now remain hotly debated because Val Johnson ended up in the hospital, his car strangely damaged, and after what he describes as a face-to-face run-in with a UFO. At 1:40 a.m., Johnson saw a bright light among the trees to his south. He sped along Highway 220, hoping to get to the light while it was still visible, believing it might be a crash light aircraft used by smugglers along the Canadian border, like Jean Renault or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going back to Twin Peaks here, folks.
There you go. But before he could get to it, the light came to him.
Wait a minute, Boomer. Side note. Did you see all of Twin Peaks when we started Live from Sparkling?
Yes.
21? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I had, but I had not watched it all together. I watched the original series a couple times in the 90s, and I just jumped into the return without having watched the original series for a while, so I felt it was good to watch it all together. Anyway.
Okay. That's fair.
But before he could get to it, the light came at him. It rose up from the trees nearly a mile away and bathed his car in light in a matter of seconds. Before Johnson could even comprehend what was happening, he heard the sound of smashing glass. That was the last he remembered of the incident itself. The rest of his recollections took place only after he woke up. At 2:19 a.m., Johnson awoke, disorientated and far away from where he left off. He was now facing east and was on the other side of the highway, close to 1,000 feet where he had been. He was in a state of shock, with his eyes burned and covered in a strange pink film. But the clock inside his car and his wristwatch were now exactly 14 minutes off from the actual time, and they had been accurate before the incident. Johnson was immediately taken to a local hospital where he was treated for burns and sent home. Johnson's car was severely damaged, and is preserved at the Marshall County Historical Museum, where it is referred to as the UFO car. A crack runs from the top of the windshield vertically down to the bottom. Along the crack, 4 impact points appear, as if small objects had been launched at the car. A strange small circular imprint was left on the hood. Both radio antenna front and back are bent at 60-degree angles. The bulk of the damage seemed to be intently focused around the driver's side of the car. An engineer from Ford who inspected the car said he had seen nothing like it. In his estimation, it appeared that something had impacted the outside of the car at the same instant a force had been generated from within. Val Johnson described the incident like this: "I was rendered either unconscious, neutralized, or unknowing for a period of approximately 39 minutes. From the point of intersection, my police vehicle proceeded south in a straight line 854 feet, at which point the brakes were engaged by forces unknown to myself, as I do not remember doing this, and I left about approximately 99 feet of black marks on the highway before coming to rest sideways on the road with the grill of my hood facing in the easterly direction. At 2:19 a.m., I radioed a 1088 officer needs assistance to my dispatcher in Warren. UFO investigators immediately traveled to the scene. Their excitement over the strange event helped fuel it further into the national spotlight. Val Johnson appeared on Good Morning America alongside a UFO researcher. Skeptics immediately began rallying against Johnson's case. It had become one of the most controversial UFO sightings in American history and was one of the core issues at a debate on the subject at the Smithsonian Institution. Yeah. Many have claimed that Val Johnson was a known practical joker, so the incident could be nothing more than a joke that spiraled out of control. But believers counter that Johnson's eyes were burned and no practical joker would put his own eyesight on the line for kicks. That August night in 1975 was one of the most well-researched and thoroughly investigated UFO reports in history. While it may be impossible to discern for sure whether the incident was a genuine phenomenon or simply an elaborate hoax, there's one thing that isn't up for debate. Something strange happened in Minnesota in August of 1979, and whatever it was has resonated for decades with all who have encountered it. What do you think?
So I gotta imagine this from the aliens' point of view. Can you imagine if they have some sort of a prime directive where, they have a law against interacting with, humans and, lower life forms and stuff, and they're constantly crashing into shit, and they're like, oh God, we are so fucked, I mean, I don't know. That's my take on it.
Well, like the aliens in that heavy metal movie that were doing whatever that
right,
powdery substance was, and then they crash into the space station.
Absolutely,
yes.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, man. Look at that, though. Crashing right in the police car. I don't know.
And you can totally see the aliens like, oh, it's our fucking luck, right?
What if it's the teenagers out for joyride?
We ran into the friggin' local constabulary. There's like 1,000 cars out there, but we had to run into a police car, damn it.
See, if it was just some trucker or something, they could just say, oh, he's just a nutter, but, now it's a police officer.
Yeah, he's all hopped up on amphetamines trying to drive through the night, damn it.
What do you think, man? Do you think it's true?
I believe that every story that we talk about, there's got to be at least a kernel of truth.
Kernel of truth there.
May not be aliens. It may not be what they're describing, but there's something there. Right?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I like this story. This was my favorites because it's not
Lynn
typical. You
says
think
teasers. Screw teasers. I want friggin' spoilers. Damn it.
typically in these stories, it's someone going to the police say, "I saw a UFO." Oh, you're a nutter, and they don't believe them. But this is the police officer is the one that gets hit by.
Honestly, I
UFO.
believe. So I've seen a lot of stories, and I didn't choose one as a topic to talk about tonight. But I've seen a lot of stories where the police are in on it, they've seen it or whatever, and they're like, I don't want to do a fucking report on this. This is bullshit. We didn't see it. You're drunk. Screw it all.
I don't know, man. Okay. Want to go to the next one, or you want to read some comments?
He's all gooped up on the gob. Don't listen to that bastard. Absolutely. Douglas Adam used to say UFO sightings were all teenage aliens with the first ship buzzing a planet and wasn't doing space travel yet. Yeah.
Well, before you go into space,
these people are too fucking primitive to know what the fuck we are. Let's scare the shit out of them. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
You have another one? Yeah, let's go for it, man.
This is our final one of the night, but I figured we'd save the big one of the big ones for last.
You've got 8 minutes before you got to go because
I can hang out a little later, but yeah, I do have to get up in the morning.
That's on you. If you wake up tired tomorrow, that's
early
your
day.
fault,
Area 51. We got to talk a little bit about Area 51.
We'll have to do a bigger talk about Area 51.
I believe this is an actual photo from Area 51. I'll explain to you why the AI had real trouble making a simple, stupid sign for Area 51.
Really? Wow, that's interesting.
It did not cooperate. I even said,
guys, keep in mind, and this came up very recently, Area 51 is absolutely a military installation. There are signs like this all over the place. They will shoot on fucking sight.
There's barbed wire there.
Yes. Stay the fuck out. At the very bare minimum, it's a skunk work for them to test their experimental planes and shit that nobody has any business knowing about. Right, that's keeping the aliens out of it. It's national security, and they'll shoot your ass.
So, I get a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
If there's an Area 51, is there an Area 1 through 50?
One has to assume. But like I said,
they don't talk about them.
I have heard there is an actual Area 52.
Okay.
Where they have moved some of their skunk works to because Area 51 has become such a public attention focus.
So this is in Nevada. This story hails from 1989. Okay, so in 1989, the facility became notorious for UFO conspiracy and cover-up when a highly
Booger, no, we didn't. I don't think we got to that one. If you send us a link on that, we'll do that on a future stream.
Maybe we'll do it next time because we'll probably cover UFOs again at some point. Yeah, because there's lots of stuff out there. I mean, there's stories I wanted to cover too, but I'm like, nah, there's only so much time. So, but I wanted to cover some of the basics. I needed an abduction.
And Troy's too drunk to take on too many topics.
And there are other Men in Black stories besides the one I mentioned. That was just the earliest.
Right.
I thought it was interesting at the early site.
Also, Netter pointed out to me, and I should share with all the rest of you. If you look up the Men in Black, be very careful how you Google it. Just saying, there is...
back when Men in Black first came out, my son wanted some of the toys, so I thought I'd surprise him by trying to find some for him. And I'm at work, so I Googled Men in Black. I got Men in Black, but it wasn't the movie.
It was not.
And they were doing things
related.
They were doing things that were not safe for work.
Yes.
Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness.
What is it? Rule 64 or whatever it is. For everything, there is a prawn of it.
You go. Yes, prawns. Relating back to our District 9 talk. We're not talking about anything else. Anyway,
you know what? There's gonna come a week, and Netter, you're gonna have to remember this for me. There's going to come a week where we are going to... I'm not going to put up a poll for the members. We are just going to watch the movie Restoration. You all need to see that movie.
I love that movie.
I know, right?
Anyway.
Robert Downey Jr. and Meg Ryan and Sam Neill. Great movie.
So there's a highly credible scientist named Bob Lazar publicly claimed to have worked on an alien spacecraft in an area just south of Area 51. He also claimed that he had seen alien saucers flying around Highway 375 near Rachel. Then the legend was born, and soon people from all over were parked along this remote highway trying to have a close encounter with any kind. This is the same story. Okay. Rachel is the closest thing to a town near Area 51, but you could but you could spit, and if the wind were right, you would get the whole town wet. There's a local bar, gas station, a convenience store, and that's about it. Except for alleged UFOs, many visitors are convinced that U.S. government is testing alien spacecraft just beyond the mountains that overlook this tiny desert town. Many believe that the government may be trying to analyze alien technology in order to further our own technology and military capabilities. No one is sure what the military is testing here, but visitors usually see a lot of sky action. You can expect to see jets, dogfighting, flares go off, and strange lights, and you'll probably hear a sonic boom that'll rattle your bones. It's not a dull place. This is from UFO Radio Today. I can read this little segment if you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely.
From the highest desert and the great American Southwest, this is Art Bell.
Yep.
If UFO believers, conspiracy theorists, and millions of insomniacs have one thing in common, it's Art Bell. Even people who don't believe in UFOs and the paranormal tune into Art's late-night radio show, which airs single-handedly from his home in Pahrump, Nevada, about 60 miles outside of Las Vegas. Just who is this guy? That's a difficult to answer as it is to classify his curious eclectic show, which blends current events, science, and the paranormal into one big entertaining and informative soup of ideas. Where else can you hear live guests and callers discuss an update on the Dow Jones, pander possible alien autopsy cover-ups, learn about the discovery of new distant quasars, relive a shark attack, and explore the topic of spontaneous human combustion? We got to talk about that someday. Although mostly conservative, Art has more moderate views on some issues, and he holds little back. His fans appreciate his no-nonsense attitude, but know that he's no ordinary talk show mortal. According to his biography, found on his extensive website, by the age of 13, Art was a news junkie, FCC licensed radio technician. Years later, as a young airman, he and his friend built a bootleg radio station on the Amarillo Air Force Base and secretly broadcast rock and roll music. As a civilian DJ, Art made the Guinness Book of World Records for a 116-hour and 15-minute solo broadcast marathon. He later chartered a plane to Vietnam and rescued Vietnamese orphans stranded in Saigon after a year. Art has been doing his coast-to-coast weeknights from 10 p.m., 9 to 3 a.m. post-Standard Time show, Dreamland, for over 14 years now, and still growing in popularity, as evident by the 400-plus stations that carry his nightly show. Just how you remember that?
Yeah, I just wanted to.
Is that still a thing?
Yes, and there was a lot of overlap between all of that lore and what we were talking about on Live from Spark 121 regarding Twin Peaks. So
yes,
just saying.
Figured I'd give a shout out to Art Bell since he's writing that chapter.
Absolutely.
But I remember that Coast to Coast, right? Yeah.
And the folks over at the Y-Files have also cited Art Bell as being a huge inspiration
for them. So they're like Art Bell, the next generation, basically.
Kinda.
Right?
Yeah. No. Absolutely.
So anyway, this is what I put in the Chat GTP. Not Chat GTP, Canva. You made this off Canva. This is one of the ones that popped up. Area Fat.
What is that?
It's when I told it make a sign for Area 51. I did this over and over again. That was the most ridiculous.
Let me give you folks a suggestion. If you are
right quotes,
if you are doing anything with AI and you want like when I said Jägermeister and I wanted it to appear on the bottle, make sure you put Jägermeister in quotes so it knows. Okay, I got to get this spelling correct.
Oh, Dan Peter's going to go cook some stuffed peppers. That sounds delicious.
Oh, is that okay? So my mom used to make stuffed peppers. She used to use green bell peppers. She would fill them with a mixture of ground beef and white rice, with mixed with spaghetti sauce.
No onions or garlic.
Never thought of those,
What's
but
wrong with
that's
her?
actually not a bad idea. Alexa, add green peppers to the shopping list.
Green peppers added.
Yeah, we'll
Add garlic. Alexa, add garlic to the shopping list.
Garlic added.
We've actually got some garlic we haven't used yet. We got
Yeah, but I'm afraid it's really, really old and we gotta throw it away.
Pop culture minefield. There you go, guys. Thank you. Hoover control was being tested with new backdoor technology. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that another night. That's probably more than we can get into tonight. But yeah, absolutely.
All right, but here's some outtakes from my images. That's one that came out. What do you think?
So it's a UFO kind of grabbing a hold of a Huey.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. These are some of the ones that didn't make it. That's another one for the African one.
That's actually weird. It looks like some sort of a weird building. Yeah.
Yeah. This was another weird one for the. I didn't like that one.
It's this flying saucers attack.
Zimbabwe.
Wakanda.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say Wakanda, but
okay, maybe, yeah. All right. That's another Roswell crash. I just didn't pick that because I don't know. That was okay
another
too.
Roswell
but I figured I'd go.
I dig that one. Yeah.
This another one. Look at that ship, huh? Isn't that weird?
Collecting somebody in the middle of the night. Yeah, I dig it.
There's another
Same
one.
thing there,
They didn't get it right. I wanted them floating in the air. I kept the what? Okay, no. I had to keep redoing it. That's another one I didn't care for. It's from the ground.
But the light is on the wrong side. It should be up in the sky.
Yeah, it took me a while. This one wasn't bad. I almost went with this.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I can see that one. Yeah,
that one almost made it, but I think I like the other one better.
No, I like what Lynn said about that previous picture. Zimbabwe Space Needle. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. That's what it looked like. Yeah.
Men in Black.
Men in Black. I see that. Yeah. Sure.
That one isn't bad, but I've decided no.
Okay.
Yeah. And that one isn't bad too. That's
actually a really, really good one.
I almost went with that one, but I decided.
Unfortunately, though, that picture kind of solidifies a particular theory on what the Men in Black are, and
whereas the other one was more nondescript. That's why
I dig it. I dig it. I see what you're getting at. Yeah.
Let's see here. That's another one for the UFO car.
Actually, save that one. I can see that one being used in the future.
Well, maybe put in the
for a different article. Yeah.
I'll save it anyway. There we go. But that's it. That's it for UFOs for tonight. But maybe we'll cover this subject in the future.
We have just gotten past the 11 o'clock mark in the Central Time Zone. That's past midnight for Boomer, and he has to work tomorrow. So we should probably wrap this up. Guys, I want to thank you all for those of you that hung out with me this long. Let me refresh my YouTube page. I want to see. It's currently saying that there's 11 of you watching. Please hit that like button. Please, if you haven't previously, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying desperately to get my subscriber numbers up. I'm really trying to make this whole YouTube thing work. If you liked what we did here tonight and you want to see it on a regular basis, anything you can do to encourage me to keep going, I need you guys to do that. Boomer, so you're working tomorrow. Yeah. So what have you got coming up? You've got Geeky Geezers.
Geeky Geezers on Sunday. You'll be my co-host there, and you want to check that out. We are going to be talking about a new cinematic universe. Just a spoiler, if you're a fan of Knight Rider, you may want to tune in. We're going to talk a bit about that. It might tie into the cinematic universe. I'm actually excited. It's the Cobra Kai people. They're cooking up something. Now
they did a great job with Cobra Kai. I think they have a great vision. They are not interested in wokeification, so
they're just interested in giving the audience a good time. That's what they want.
Yeah, it could be a lot of fun. I was, You know, when I heard
I like
this,
the idea of these 3 properties tying together.
I
think it
do.
works.
When I
Yeah.
heard this, my first thought was, oh, for crying out loud. And then I thought more about it, and I'm like, wait a minute. This kind of works.
The whole AI thing too, maybe
Yeah,
tying
yeah,
together.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, I think it can work, and I'm on board. And I know I'm just going to spoil a little bit. I know they're trying to get the Bionic Man off for a while. They're trying to get
I'll
that
bet you
project off the
dollars
ground.
to donuts they go for the $6 billion man.
$6 billion man.
They
And
have
then-
to. Inflation, guys.
And then Airwolf, big fan of Airwolf. So it's all
Yeah.
3 of these things. I'm on board. I want to see these movies. I want them now. I don't want to wait on them. Okay, it's like there's enough junk from Hollywood coming out right now.
Guys,
that
I
want to see.
I want to before you go, Dan. Before anyone leaves, thank you very much. Deleted Scenes. Please subscribe to Agent Boomer. He is criminally undersubbed, and I desperately want to get him monetized by 2026. We need to do that. So please subscribe to Boomer's channel.
Here,
okay?
I can drop a link.
He
to
is
my channel
a
in chat.
big part of the lifeblood behind this channel. So let's do it. Okay, guys? Please. Thank you.
If y'all want to stop by. All right. And there'll be some other interesting stories that night, like some video game paraphernalia coming out that's kind of interesting, especially if you
Especially if you're into the boozification and if you're of a certain age to remember what an Atari 2600 is.
By the way, that's the thing that says my channel. That's Boomer's channel. That's what I should say. Anyway, okay.
Right.
Netter has her own channel. Subscribe to her as well. Okay, she does.
Yeah,
great
look.
shows.
Check out the description below because
all the links are there. Yeah.
Everybody who's here in the panel has a channel that you should be subscribing to, and all of the people that support this channel through being producers, i.e. members of the channel, their links are below as well. Please, together we grow. So please subscribe to everyone below.
And let's see. And then Saturday night, tomorrow, what do you got coming up? You have the
So Saturday night, we're over on Big Al Presents Films with Friends, 9 Central. We will be watching Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. It is way better than you think. Come join us. The zombie element actually
it's not
works.
Hidden Figures?
No, that was last
Oh,
week.
that was last week. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Gotcha. It's got zombies in it?
It does have zombies.
And love interests?
Yes.
Okay.
What is it, Mr. Darby? Yes, it's got Mr. Darby in it.
Anyway, and then on Monday at Monday Night at the Movies, you have a poll coming up, and
I do have a poll. It's too close to call. We've got Fire in the Sky, Dark Skies, and I don't remember what the third one is. But if
Yeah,
you
I'm
are
surprised that you don't have Vanilla Sky in there. So you'd have 3 Sky movies.
Vanilla Skies is a whole.
What about the
different
Mothman
ballgame.
Prophecies
seen
with
it.
Richard Gere?
No, didn't have that one. But if you are a member of the channel, you can vote in that poll to decide what movie we will be watching in the members only Members Night at the Movies on Monday. It's $2 a month to join as a member of my channel and keep us running. So please consider
And you
it.
get 4 movies a month for that. Where else can you get 4
Yeah,
movies
next
for
week
$2?
I'm probably going to do a movie that is still in theaters. Imagine that. I don't know how that's possible. Just saying. Oh, yes. Signs was the third movie. Yeah. Thank you so much. He's a VIP member, so he keeps up on all this stuff. So that's Monday, Tuesday. Well, you guys saw the promos. You guys know what's coming up this week. If you have a YouTube channel that you are trying to promote, reach out to Netter's Network. She's got a Thursday stream where you can promote your channel. Just reach out to her and talk to her, and we can make that happen for you.
Or if you're just really excited about a thing, whatever the thing may be.
We're looking at you, Mark, and your
yeah, Mark. I still need to get you on my channel so you can show off your trains.
Yeah.
And
We want to see your train layout.
So if there's something like you got this hobby that you're really excited about, let me know. Let's get you on so you can show it off. Let's get other people excited about it.
Just keep in mind, moonshine is not illegal if you pay the government.
Yeah, he got his bennies.
Yep. So yeah, that pretty much takes care of the week. You guys saw all the promos. You guys know what's going on. Boomer, did I miss anything tonight?
No, I think we're good. And like I said, tune in for Sparkwood in 21, the Blake 7 show, Netter's Thursdays things, and then we'll be back here on next Friday.
Yeah, Shudder. I am not a big proponent of streaming services, but Shudder is one of the good ones. Everything they put that is a Shudder exclusive, they put out on DVD. So it's that's a streaming service I can get behind. Just saying. Netter, any last thoughts? Any last words before I drunkenly end this stream?
You guys are Osmo. Thank you so much for being a part of our family. We appreciate you all so very much. My words do not do justice for how much we love you guys.
She's been drinking tonight too.
Yes, but I'm not half as smashed as you are.
Not even.
But I'm stuffed up for some reason.
I thought that the Jägermeister would help you with that.
It didn't. Anyway, thank you all so much for your encouragement and, like I said, being a part of our family.
Absolutely.
You are Osmo. Troy, don't forget to play the outro before you end the stream.
Right, exactly. Good point. Good point, Netter. Thank you so much for that. Deleted Scene says, Shudder rocks. They know and respect their fan base. And if you are a subscriber to Shudder, check out the movie Glory. Glory? Yes, Glory.
Okay.
It is a Lovecraftian, bizarre-ass film, but definitely worth checking out. I highly recommend it. Do you subscribe to Shudder, Boomer?
I have on occasion, yeah. I'm just thinking about re-upping. Maybe I'll see if there's a Black Friday deal going on when the time comes, yeah.
Black Friday. We'll have to have a Black Friday special stream we'll talk about.
We should do that.
We should. Remind me, because I'm pretty blotto right now.
Yes.
Boomer, was there anything that I missed that I needed to cover?
No, I think we got everything. Like I said, just tune in to our channels during the week. You'll see all sorts of fun stuff going on. And
guys, at least hit that subscribe button.
Yeah. And Troy shows up on other people's channels too. So
yeah, I'm doing my best to get out there and promote myself as much as possible because I'm trying to make this YouTube thing work. Netter, any last thoughts? Any last words?
I just said them, dear.
Yes, you did.
Hit your outro. Say goodnight. Well, say goodnight. Hit your outro.
That's my bouncer, keeping me in line, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. I am blotto. That's what happens. Feel free to leave a super chat or a if it's after the stream ends, feel free to leave a super thanks and buy me a drink because I don't have enough booze to keep this stream interesting for you guys. Anyway, guys, just playing around. Have a great one. This is the intro to the weekend, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Looking forward to hanging out with you on the next stream. You guys take care, and again, salute. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir.
Hit it, sweetheart.
The neon lights are fading, closing time is near. Whispers in the corners, secrets shared sincere. The bartender's polishing the final glass, Time slips away like moving through the grass. Last call for alcohol, make your dreams come true. One more round, friends, from me and you. Let's toast to the night, to the stories we've spun. Here's to the laughter and to what's begun. The shadows are dancing as we linger still. Every clink of a glass, a memory to distill. Beneath this smoky haze, our feelings they unfurl. A tapestry of whispers in this corner of the world. The jukebox serenades us with a final tune, crooning to the lonely and the lovers under the moon. With every soft note, the end draws ever near. But in this fleeting moment, there's nothing to fear. Last call for